After the Second World War, the development of communication and transport systems initiated a considerable growth of transnational projects, which has resulted in the emergence of today's global practice. However, until very recently, the demand by the clients for physical presence of the designer was the most notable limitation to a practice which used to repeat its design routines, affected only by the increasing travel distance. The obsession with control of what is being executed on the one hand, and the need for the presence of the designer on the part of the recipients on the other, has multiplied travel miles in an environmentally unsustainable spiral and has fostered a globalization of the technical resources incongruently applied in very different contexts.
The designer by email sees virtual meetings as dialogues in which to make design decisions.
We're interacting with it about a problem that we can see and being able to solve that problem with all the data that we need in front of us in real time.
The designer by email accepts that distance and different contexts require new forms of control over the product, challenges the preconceptions regarding quality and accuracy.
Interesting is that I never was in a mail before the shop and after the shop.
I get involved into this kind of distant projects is related with a book of instructions.
The designer by email knows how to delegate and to share by introducing a new concept of collaborative working, which implies new concepts of authorship. The designer by email often acts as a verifier of documents produced by others.
El 90% del tiempo del estudio está basado en procesos de gestión y nuestra herramienta clave para ellos es el mail. Usamos mucho más el mail que el CAD o que cualquier otra herramienta de diseño 3D. Casi que el mail es nuestro 3D printing.
The designer by email is aware that academic programs should help the students to develop tools for the negotiation of these situations.
In a very short time, we have witnessed the appearance of a series of digital resources for virtual communication, representation, and visualization, which have facilitated the suspension of the need for the physical presence of individuals and their physical contact with the design itself. These devices are serving to dilute the central role of the designer, who has become an external lecturer who turns distance into an instrument for becoming even more critical and incisive.